Hey Scorpios, this is going to be a love reading with the person you're dealing with or the person on your mind. Anywhere from now pretty much to the end of June, even though I will be doing a mid-reading check-in during the middle of June. For those of you guys who are new to my channel, I used to be on YouTube a long time ago. I had a bunch of tower moments, I got off. Then I started this channel, and then I had more tower moments. For for my subscribers who have been wondering where I have been and been wondering what went on with my cancer treatments and all this, I know I have a lot of questions to answer. This is not going to be the video for that, but I am back. So thank you for all those who have stayed with me and supported me. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering where I have been. A lot of my subscribers don't know that I just came back. So if you guys could give a like to this video to let my subscribers know I am back. Also, I've been doing tarot for 17 years now. I'm a full-time professional tarot reader in my personal life. Because I'm just now starting to recover from my health issues, I am not accepting personal reads at this time. But if you guys do need to contact me, my information in my email is down below, okay? I still love hearing from you guys, so don't think I don't. Alright, so let's get into it. This is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising. We're going to take a look at their energy towards you in the connection right now, your energy, the mutual situation, how they feel, how they think about you, the possible outcome as of right now. We're going to pull some advice, and then we're going to take a preview and a look at what you need to know or what's coming towards you anywhere from now to the next 3 months regarding love, this connection, this person. Could be a warning, could be a blessing, okay? All right. As you guys know, I already shuffle and premeditate ahead of time on the cards. And guys, it's not going to resonate with everybody every single time. Most of you guys know the drill. Some of you guys need to be told that. And it can't always be vice versa. Generally, I do read for the sign I'm reading on. But it is an energy read. So if you fit on the other side, you fit on the other side. Okay, let's get into this. I hate doing long intros, but some things just need to be said sometimes. Ooh, Scorpio, Scorpio. Alright, so the person you're dealing with right now has, their energy is the Death card in reverse. We do have Scorpio energy, okay? So as you guys know, I like to clarify before I get into stuff because it could change the name of the game. So let's see. Death in reverse. I can already tell you, Scorpio, that this person is already having a hard time with this ending, the situation, okay? Let's dive more into it. Tell me more about this Death in reverse. 2 more shuffles, please. The 5 of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, Scorpio, your person is really, really heartbroken, but I feel like they might not show as broken as they are. Like, I feel like you might not be aware of it, or they might not let people know. Even if they have expressed it, or they've given off signs that they might be a little sad, or they're struggling, I feel like they are mourning, and they've had deep, deep pain and regret of how things have gone between you two, a lot more than they let off. They're struggling of what you guys could have been. They are struggling of the opportunities that maybe they kind of threw away with you. You know, maybe they seen a new opportunity elsewhere and they took it and it didn't turn out to what it expected it to be, or maybe it didn't go well, or maybe it's ending, or it ended, and they are just mourning you. They're mourning giving up a chance to have an opportunity with you. Even if you guys were together for a long time, it's more like the opportunity of everything else that you guys could have had if you guys would have continued to grow together. The life, everything that they did give up. Okay, I feel like that this person at this moment is trying to heal. They are trying to get over it. They are trying to put their best foot forward. With the 5 of Cups here in reverse, it is showing that even though the loss and the regret and the mourning is there, they are trying to heal. But with the death in reverse, this is telling me that they just can't let it go. There's something about you and something about your connection that they are having a really hard time letting go. They are having a really time processing this. You know, I feel like even if you guys were fighting or something like that, or a miscommunication happened, or you guys maybe haven't talked in a while, I feel like this is a person that is still reviewing the relationship. They, it's like almost like they didn't even want the arguments to end, in a sense. Like, even if you guys are in each other's energies, rarely, for example, this might not, you know, be everybody's story, but I'm just trying to give you an example of the energy. If you guys were in each other's energies, in one way or another, where you weren't really communicating, you weren't really talking, maybe you would once in a while, but maybe you guys would fight, maybe it would be toxic, maybe someone would be jealous, be yelling at someone about someone else's partner. It's like, even that was still, in a way, holding you guys connected in one way or another. And I feel like it doesn't matter what the connection has turned into or what it is, in one way or another, I feel like they feel like you're distancing more and more, and they can feel that. They can feel that it's really ending between you guys. And I feel like they don't want whatever you guys have or had to really end, not for good. It's like, I don't want this to actually end, not for good. Even if I wanted this to end right now, or even though I'm moving on, or even though I'm trying to heal, I really don't want this to end. And that's the energy I'm getting from your person, Scorpio. Your energy right now is the 5 of Wands in reverse. So it feels like you guys definitely did have a lot of arguments. Other people could have been involved. Maybe they weren't. Maybe you had other people. Maybe they did. Maybe it was just groups of friends, jealousy. But I feel like right now you might be taking a step back from the situation, because you might be feeling like the situation is at a loss right now, like it's a failure. Maybe you just don't want the petty arguments to keep going on. Maybe, let's clarify. Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the 10 of Swords upright. Ugh, yeah. Ouch. What's the bottom of the deck? 3 of Cups. There could have been a third party here that ended the situation. Whether that was on your side or their side, I don't really know. But this relationship flipped upside down on its head. It was there, it was good, and then it's like one bad thing just happened, and it was like domino effects. Like, you guys could not get back on track. It was like one argument after another. Or that's at least what you're going through with this person if you guys have not split up yet. And it's definitely painful. The 10 of Swords, definitely painful. You could have stabbed someone in the back. Maybe they felt like that. Someone here feels like they got stabbed in the back. Okay? I don't know if that's on your end or their end. I know, though, that it has caused a lot of, you could say, emotional drama in your life. And it's to the point where you just want to let sleeping dogs lie. You might just be emotionally exhausted. You might just feel like you can't do this anymore, you know? Maybe there's just, you guys cannot communicate or get on the same wavelength with each other, okay? You know, there could have been, it's because I see the other cards on the board, so it's like I almost want to like dive into those without, because I can see how this story's playing out here. We're going to put a pin in that and come back, because I want to focus on mutual situation between you guys. This is what's interesting, because this is the situation you guys are going to be going into. This is the situation that you guys are going to be experiencing. 3 of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify, but I have some thoughts on that. I'll tell you in a second. Two more shuffles. Ace of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have air energy here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so here's what's interesting. I feel like you guys, in a sense, might be trying to rebuild during the month of June. Or maybe you guys are trying to communicate again. Because in one way or another, you guys do realize that when you guys were working, you guys worked really well together. That you guys did fit together. That you guys could have been a good team together, okay? And I feel like you guys have learned things from each other, even through the midst of the breakup. I feel like you guys are learning more and more about each other, like learning how one of you guys really affects the other. Realize the damage that you guys can do to each other. Realize where you need to learn and grow as a person. And that could be them too. What they've done wrong, things they could have done differently, what things they don't want to put up with, things that, I feel like that's, I feel like you guys have taught each other things, so many things in more ways than one, while together, while not together. And I think as you guys go through this process, whether you guys choose to get back together or not, I feel like, even in separation, you guys are going to be learning more and more about each other. More and more about each other's, about yourselves. Ace of Swords in reverse here and Queen of Swords in reverse shows that after some time of not communicating, someone being cut out, somebody here using brutally nasty words because they were hurt. Someone here was really hurt. Queen of Swords is the Ice Queen. Can be real nasty sometimes with her, shoots venom from her mouth, okay? It's because somebody was hurt here. So I don't know if this was that person or your person, Scorpio, but somebody here was extremely hurt. And they might have shot some really nasty things from their mouth. And I feel like after some time and some distance of experiencing that, I feel like there's this maturity moment between you guys where you guys do want to come together. I feel like at the same time, though, it has to come after you two have cut each other off, not spoken. And meanwhile, I think individually might be trying to rebuild your own life again. You could be working on goals, they could be working on goals, or you could be planning goals. This seems more of communicating or collaborating with other people. I feel like during the month of June, you could be trying to, learn and grow and rebuild with new people, and they could be doing the same. I feel like if you guys are not speaking, though, it's because somebody here really, really hurt someone else. Somebody here is really, really hurt. And I feel like a lot of nasty words were said in particular through this end of this breakup. I do feel like for some reason you guys might end up running into each other with mutual friends, or there's going to be some kind of mutual topic that links you guys back up. I have this whole thing processing in my head where if you guys don't run into each other at some kind of mutual friends gathering or mutual place you both like, I feel like it's going to be one of you guys are going to communicate because of something you guys share together. Hey, we both like that trip to Paris. You remember what restaurant we went to? Or that's not the example I'm going for, but you know what I mean? It's going to be hey, do you remember that place we went? Or do you remember how to fix this on my car? I feel like it's going to be something that you guys learn and grow. I feel like the communication comes in, if you get my drift, from something that you guys have shared together in one way or another, or that you guys learn off each other. There's some kind of, you guys stay connected. Something here happens because of that. There's a growth opportunity here that you guys, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I feel like you could be in a moment with your Five of Wands here and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I feel like you could be in a position where you might be kind of obsessed technically Five of Wands in reverse can represent obsessed to do one. Why can't I talk? Mercury is going into retrograde. That's why. To outdo one peers. So I feel like you might be thinking that this person, regardless if they're trying to have revenge or they're trying to heal or they're trying to move on or they're trying to distance themselves with you, or even if you know that they're hurting, I feel like you're still in this energy where you want to kind of outdo them. You want to heal quicker. You want to move on faster. You want to become richer, more successful, more whatever your goal is. You want to do it faster and you want to do it better. And you want to do it now. And I think it's because when this relationship erupted like a volcano, I think it hit you out of nowhere and I think it really, really hurts. Whether you screwed up and stabbed someone in the back and got caught for it, which I don't know if that's the energy, I'm not saying that is, or they did. For some reason, my board is not really directing me because you guys both have so much kind of pain on both of your sides. I'm not exactly sure who hurt who here. A lot of times when somebody did hurt somebody, they still hurt because of the regret and the pain. How they feel about you right now is the Eight of Wands. So I feel like they do want communication with you. I feel like they think about you. I feel like they're hoping you'll come towards them. I feel like they're kind of hoping that something will play in motion where some kind of action happens. Well, they get to talk to you again, or you come towards them, or something brings you guys together, or like they want to hear from you. They want to hear from you. They want some kind of action. Let's clarify. Ace of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse. There is a lot of confusing energy on this board. And I'm going to get into that again. I do think that maybe Mercury retrograde going into effect could have an effect on this. It kicked off in the end of May. It goes all the way to June 22nd. So exes come back, the past comes back, thoughts come back, and a lot of miscommunication, and people take things the wrong way. There's misunderstandings, there's breakdowns, and generally I see Mercury retrograde affect people's love lives a lot more than they realize. And I'm going to assume, since I'm reading, and this reading is for during the time Mercury retrograde is, I can see that if you do have a lot of misunderstandings this next month, or a lot of things already, because there are shadow periods, so even before Mercury retrograde kicks off, and even in the end, there's pre-shadow and post-shadow, so the effects. So even if in the last couple weeks communication got really confusing, maybe someone went hot and cold, maybe it's like 1 minute you feel sure about something and then the next you don't. Maybe thoughts are, you're misguided in your own thoughts. Maybe you can't even trust your own thoughts. Maybe you don't even know what's happening. Maybe this person's going hot and cold. Maybe 1 minute you think they miss you, and then the next you're like, no, they don't. Regardless, there's this energy here of like where people are having like mixed thoughts, mixed feelings, mixed communications all at the same time. It's like you can feel good and bad all at the same time. You can want someone back and not want them back all at the same time. It's not black or white right now. Your reading is very gray, which is making it very hard for me to tell you exactly what's going on without knowing you personally and your situation. So how they feel about you is the Eight of Wands. They want communication with you. We know this, right? Ace of Wands in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse. I feel like they don't want to be the ones to do it. I feel like they feel like in a way that if they came at you, you would reject them in some way or another, or you would insult them, or you would put them down, or you would make them feel like crap. I feel like that this person doesn't exactly trust themselves to approach you and say the right things, do the right things, or just the outcome go in their favor. I feel like they're very guarded. In a one way, they're telling themselves, I should not contact Scorpio. I should not. This is not going to go good. I need to move on. I need to walk away. But they still want to talk to you. Does that make sense? Like, are you getting my drift here? Like, it's like they're fighting with themselves between moving on and wanting to hear from you. And even if they did hear from you, I feel like they don't know what they would say because someone here was really hurt. And I feel like they're like, man, we can't be together. It's done. We've already had our arguments. We've already had our battles. I know I can't go back to this person. But why do I want to hear from them so bad? Why do I want them in my energy so bad? It's like I said, it's very gray. It's not black and white. Like, it's like this person's torn. And it's like, in their mind, they're telling themselves, I know it's over. But then they're so confused because, like I said, their energy is death in reverse. Their Scorpio energy here, they are having a really hard time letting this go. Even if they're trying to heal, even if they're telling themselves it's done, even if they're telling them there's no more opportunity left in this. There's no good foundation. If we restarted this, it would not be on a solid foundation. It would be on very, so that's what I'm getting here from that. How they think about you in the situation. We have the Page of Swords here in reverse. More air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Don't get hooked up on the signs, guys. So there could have been like you guys are keeping an eye on each other. Maybe they're hoping you're keeping an eye on them. They might be keeping an eye on you. You might have a feeling that they're keeping some kind of eye tabs on you. But I feel like this is more of like somebody here regrets making some kind of rash, impulsive decision. Whether you screwed up and they quickly called it quits, or they blew up, or they screwed up, or even after, like, you guys were separating, or if you guys are currently going through a breakup, you guys still do or say things that, or they say and do things that they almost instantly regret. Like, every time, like, damn, I told myself I was going to be calm when I talked to Scorpio. I told myself I wouldn't stalk Scorpio. I told myself I wouldn't do this, but I did it anyway. I wouldn't call Scorpio names. I wouldn't lash out. I wouldn't cry. Whatever it is, it's that kind of energy where it's like they did some things that they're kind of regretting. There could have been, maybe they even gossip to their friends or let the world know how you've done them wrong, and they kind of regret that. Maybe it got back to you. Tell me more about this Page of Swords in reverse. 2 more shuffles. They could feel like they're not up for the challenge for this relationship anymore, like they don't have what it takes to win you back. Maybe like some kind of insecurity. The High Priestess upright with the Chariot. So we have water energy here. Cancer. There was irresponsible behavior here. Could have been both of you, because this is how they think of the situation. So it doesn't mean like you were irresponsible. This is just how they think. And I feel like, again, they're in this mind with the High Priestess and the Chariot. I feel like they know they have to move forward from this in one way or another, I feel like they know you guys are at a distance. They know they have to move forward. I feel like what's holding them back is, I keep hearing that they feel like an idiot or they feel like a fool, Maybe they kind of groveled at your feet a little bit, or maybe they just acted a little scorned, or they did some things that they're not proud of. And I feel like it keeps repeating in their head to where they're not moving forward. They're not like making amends with you, but they can't let it go. It's kind of like eating them up inside. And I feel like that they know you're moving on. I feel like they can feel that you're moving on. And they're just having a lot of bad feelings about this, and they know at the same time that this is, you're letting an opportunity pass you by. I mean, the Page of Swords in reverse alone says that, right? The High Priestess in the Chariot, it's like the intuition is telling you that you're literally watching something move away from you. You're literally watching something move on. It's like they know that the longer you two don't get on the same page, Page of Swords, no pun intended. That was stupid. The longer you guys don't get on the same page, they know that they're losing you. They know they're letting you go. They know the opportunity for you guys to rekindle every day, moment by moment, is passing them by. Every moment. The outcome for you guys as of right now is the High Priestess in reverse, okay? So this is not the permanent outcome between you guys, but as of right now, this is what we're looking at here. I think here, again, I'm going to go back to Mercury retrograde. You guys, I feel like, with this person, are going to be having one hell of a time this next month. I'm not going to lie. So brace yourselves. Communication is going to be all over the place. Your intuition is going to be... You're not going to know. I feel like your emotions and your mind are going to be running so much that you're not going to be able to tell what your intuition is actually telling you. So you're not going to really listen to it, you know. If your intuition is telling you up, you're going to think it's down. If your intuition is telling you down, you're going to feel like it's up. You know what I mean? If you feel like this person doesn't want to be with you, or if they reach out to you and you guys have some kind of misunderstanding, you're going to take it one way when it was really meant this way. It could have to do with, you know, Mercury retrograde. If you guys don't know what that is, I highly, you know, suggest you check that out with astrology. Astrology and tarot go hand in hand. And I know a lot of tarot readers don't look into astrology or don't know astrology. They just focus on the spiritual, and that's fine, how everyone does it. I know that I definitely go off of astrology. I am definitely an astrologer. I'm obsessed with astrology. That has been the most predictive tool I've ever... Astrology is just shocking. Once you understand it, you can literally know what you're in for. Like, you know what you're in for. I know when me and a partner are going to fight. I know when I'm going to be stuck in my head about things. I know when somebody is, you know, if, say, you're with someone and, like, I know, like, okay, your significant other is going to seem a little depressed over the next couple weeks. So just bear with them. And they're like, what? That's ridiculous. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're fighting, we're this, we're that. And I'm like, told you they were going to be in their feels. I told you. Like, you should, you know. Okay, High Priestess. Let's see. 3 shuffles, please. I'm sorry if this video is all over the place. I have no idea why I have not been able to communicate properly with you guys. I think it's the energy I'm getting off the reading. I think it's because it's all over the place. I think I think your feelings are all over the place. I feel like I'm picking up in your person's feelings, and I feel like that they are just a mess. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got here. The Hangman in reverse and the Queen of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the High Priestess. That is a lot of Queen energy here. So, I feel like somebody here could be disliked. I feel like... Now, this is the mutual outcome. It could be you, it could be them. Somebody here could be moving on with someone else. Or somebody here... Now, okay, let me rephrase that. That's not what I mean. Let's recap. Mercury retrograde. Outcome. High Priestess in reverse. Meaning your intuition, communication, things like that are not going to be what it appears. Okay? So if somebody here is thinking that somebody's entering a new relationship, or that somebody is starting to date, or that there's this other person around or orbiting... If that's what somebody's feeling, if that's what someone's seeing, if that's what someone's thinking, remember, the outcome is things are not really what they appear right now. Your intuition is not exactly telling you the truth on this situation, okay? So if you're thinking, or they're thinking, say you moved on and they start seeing you with someone else. You could be dating that person and they could be really attractive, and this might be driving your person crazy, and they're thinking, oh my God, you moved on, you moved on, you moved on. But inside, you're really just trying to get, like, move on. You might be rebounding. You might be trying to just get over the past person, you know? Same vice versa. If you see them starting to date around, if you see them starting to move on, or if you just assume that they are, and you're thinking, oh, they're going to find someone better than me, more attractive than me, that's your head playing tricks on you. Do you understand the energy I'm talking about right now? That right now you're going to be going into something where you are going to be mind warping yourself. Both of you are going to be mind warping yourself. Misunderstandings are going to happen. Communication, things are not going to be what they seem. You're going to be experiencing this over the next couple weeks. Keep that in mind, because that is crucial to your sanity over the next couple weeks. It's going to be a bumpy road with this person. Someone's not going to know what to do, here, because it's like this Queen of Wands in this deck, too, is, like, super attractive. I mean, like, could they make her any hotter? Like, talk about a beach babe, right? She's all mysterious and sexy, and she kind of looks like me. No, I'm just kidding. The hair. No, never mind. I'm going to leave that alone. Yeah, so I feel like that. I feel like somebody here is a mutual outcome. I feel like both of you guys could be connecting with your energy too. Like, I feel like your guys' pain and confusion and thoughts and looking back and nostalgia, because that's something that's going to be happening over the next couple weeks with Mercury retrograde too. The nostalgia, memories, replaying thoughts, going places that remind you. Someone says something and it reminds you. You see a picture, it reminds you. All these things. And I feel like when you're feeling that way and they're feeling that way, you guys are going to be, like, energetically calling each other. Like, I call it the soul calling, when your soul calls someone, right? And you can't ignore soul calls. There is no, like, ignore button, You can just feel them in your energy. You're just like, oh, man, I'm really thinking about them right now. Like, crap. It's because their soul is calling you. They're also... like, they're also struggling. They could be dreaming about you. They could be thinking about you. They could be reminiscing about you. They could just, like, throughout their day, like, all of a sudden, they feel something in their gut or in their pain or in their heart, or some kind of anxiety. And it's connected to you. And when you start feeling that, it's because it's connected to them. And that's, like, this, like, it's like you can feel the other person thinking about you. You can feel them mourning. You can feel them, getting further away, having a hard time, struggling. And sometimes people confuse that with that's their own feeling. Like, 1 minute they're fine, and then the next they're like, oh, man, I feel like shit every time I think about that person. It's not necessarily like you feel like shit. You're feeling them feeling like shit, okay? It's I've seen it many, many times when I've worked with people. I've literally worked with, like, couples. I've talked to this person individually, this person, and I've tracked, like, their journeys, splitting up, being together, their outcome, moving on, all of it. I've literally studied couples to see things. I feel like be careful with this outcome too. Somebody here could be revealing too much, be saying too much, and that's going to be misunderstood. Don't lay all your cards out on the table. Don't tell people everything you know. Knowledge is power, so you don't want to give it all away, right? Like, it's good to know everything, but you don't want someone else to know everything. Don't pour your heart out. Don't tell someone how icky you've been feeling or this, and give a little, not too much. You don't want to do that. You want to look confident. You want to look secure, And I feel like you might be struggling on how to do that. You're, yeah. There are going to be suspicions here. There are, just listen to your intuition. There's going to be suspicions about another person, okay? But even if somebody is moving on, whether that's you or them, I do feel like right now it's more of a coping mechanism than anything. Let's pull some advice. and what you need to know coming towards you, because we do have to speed this up. Your advice is the devil. We have Capricorn energy here. Yikes. Don't be so obsessed with the outcome. Don't be so obsessed with what every little thing that is said or done. If you see them go out on a date, or you go out on a date and you're more worried about how it's going to affect them, like you want to make them jealous, or you are worried about it hurting them, or this and that. Like, there's some kind of obsession here. Tell me more about the devil. 2 more shuffles. You could just be obsessed with them. In one way or another, even if you're obsessed with getting over them, if you're obsessed with stalking it to them, if you're obsessed with getting them back, it doesn't matter how you're obsessed, but there's an obsession here. Your advice is to cut that out. 2 of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Don't know how to get this person back in your energy, so to speak, or obsessed with the love that's lost, obsessed with worrying about somebody moving on, obsessed with someone losing their love for you. It's like you want someone to keep loving you even if you want to move on. You don't want that rejection. You don't want to feel it first. Again, like I said, I felt like your energy was the 5 of Wands in reverse, where you kind of wanted to beat someone to the punch. I feel like you couldn't deal if they were really, really happy without you. And I feel like you're really, really struggling to get to your healing place, your happy ending. Whether it's with this person or not. And I feel like you're kind of obsessed with the ending of this relationship. You're obsessed with the things that did go wrong. You're going to be replaying it, you know, of how someone burned you or how you burned them. It doesn't matter. It's like you're going to be replaying this stuff over and over again. It's like even when you're trying not to think about it, you're thinking about it. Even if you're telling yourself, oh, screw them, I'm over this situation. I feel like you still have moments where you go, you dive too deep into it. And your advice is to just not be. To just don't do that. It's, especially during this time, like I said, with miscommunications, intuitions, all that, because you're just going to end up causing yourself to be more obsessed. You're going to get into a hole where the more you try to figure things out or piece things together, the more it's going to be on your mind. And you're going to be consumed with wanting to know more. You're going to be consumed with wanting to figure it out. It's like a mystery and you want to solve the puzzle. Like, I have to know how they feel, or I have to know what this means, or I have to know what they're up to, or I have to know why they did this to me, or I have to know. And you just go deeper and deeper into it, and it's like, it can get messy. It can get messy for sure. What's coming towards you anywhere near from now to the next 3 months is I see the 8 of Swords in reverse. So I do see, now this could be 2 days, 2 weeks, 3 months, it could be whenever. Anywhere from now to the next 3 months. Freedom is being gained. So I do feel like things are going to clear up. Freedom of the mind, freedom of your prison. You might finally start standing up for your worth or yourself, or, things like that. Let's see here. Last shuffle. Eight of Cups. Yeah, with the Ace of Cups. So you might have been struggling really, really hard to get over this person, right? And you might still have your moments, or you're still struggling, or you're going through it. It doesn't matter. Anywhere from now to the next 3 months. I feel like this will be a little bit more down the line, most likely after Mercury retrograde ends. Also, guys, an eclipse just kicked off too, which is big. Eclipses are life-changing, okay? They are meant to bring complete new chapters in our life, which is why they last 1.5 to 2 years. Eclipses are like a new chapter for us. Every year or two, they focus on an area of our house where we are changing. Something happens drastically that we have no control over. Whether we change our education, our job, we have a child, we get married, we get a divorce, we do this. We learn something about ourselves. We pick up a new hobby. Every 2 years, there is a new chapter cycle. It all depends where the eclipse is, what kind of eclipse it is, and where it falls in your house. What sign you are, all of that. that just kicked off. We're all going to be starting a new chapter. In one way or another, all of our lives are going to change in an area again. Okay? There's no escaping it. It happens. I feel like what's coming towards you, could be happening towards a little bit more after Mercury goes retrograde. Because all of a sudden, there's a sense of regaining control again, regaining your thoughts, finally, like, cutting toxic bonds out, finally not being afraid or having so much anxiety. Like, I feel like your healing finally starts to kick in. 8 of Cups here and Ace of Cups. I feel like a new love is coming towards you for sure. Because you're walking away, and the 8 of Cups came first, okay? And what comes after that is the Ace of Cups. Actually, on your side, it would be like this if you were looking at it the way I see it. 8 of Swords, clarified by the 8 of Cups. Freedom, prisoner is released. Finally walking away, 8 of Cups, walking away. And what are you walking right into? The Ace of Cups, which is new love, guys, new love. It is possible that maybe you decide to reconcile with this person. I am definitely getting a new love energy here. I'm getting finally letting the chains, you're not letting the past person hold you down anymore, hold you back in your thoughts. I feel like you're finally going to enter new love. And do you know how rare it is for me when I flip that card that I see somebody entering new love? It's not often. These people, I feel like people these days hold on to connections and exes for a very long time. I feel like it could take people months, years to get over people. I don't see new love a lot. I see people enter new relationships all the time. Don't get me wrong. I don't see new love a lot. New love is in your next chapter. Exciting. Anyway, guys, I am so sorry for the confusing reading. This is the first time I read for Scorpio in a long time. I'm glad to be back, guys, and I will see you next time. Don't forget that video a like, okay? Thank you so much.